Well, delighted to say joining me now, part of the California Chrome team, obviously the owner, Steve Coburn, with the best hat of the week, and his jockey, Victor Espinoza. Steve, first of all, I know from your point of view how much you've, first up, just how much you've enjoyed the experience of being here with your dream horse.
Yeah, it's been an amazing time since we've arrived, and we've got a fantastic driver, and he's shown us around the city and the old city. So it's been fun. And then the people we've met some really nice people. And last night I was honored to meet the Sheik, and there's some good people. They're really some good. They're just people. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a different culture than what I'm used to. I'm from the United States, but I've taken it all with the attitude. It's a learning experience also, and it's been great so far. It's just been absolutely wonderful.
And I mean, really, it just sort of continues the dream of, you're living the dream with your horse, aren't you?
Yes, this horse has been, he's quite a horse, and we've been blessed with this horse. We really have. He's brought a lot of pleasure to a lot of people, not just the DAP racing, but we've had people that have, we've made arrangements to meet the horse that's been terminally ill, and little kids and stuff like that. And so he's quite a horse. He's pretty special.
Why do you think the American public and race fans have taken to him? What is it that has drawn people in such numbers?
Well, I honestly believe it's because two regular working class guys, put it together and come up with this magnificent horse. And, we've been blessed. We really have. This is our Love the Chase is the mare, and Perry and I were in a syndication. We each owned a percentage of her, and then we ended up buying her outright from the syndication. And California Chrome is her first foal, and it's something that's not heard of very often, when your first foal out of your first breeding attempt, wins the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness and comes close to winning the Triple Crown. And then I honestly believe it's just because he's a horse that people say, you know what, if those guys can do it, maybe our dreams can come true if we're willing to stick to them, and it's and I honestly believe that's what it's all about. It's just two regular guys. It was their time for their dream to come true.
And obviously, you as the owner looking on tomorrow, you've obviously got Lee. There's the battle of East and West in the States. They'd love a bit of that rivalry. You've got internal American rivalry, but actually the rivalry in this race, it's still going to be a tough ask.
Yeah, we got a 1 in 9 shot. But yeah, you never know what's going to happen in a race. When those gates open, anything can happen. And knock on wood, there's everybody, jockeys, horses, everybody comes home safe and sound, in all the races, not just ours. But it can be scary at times. We've had our ups and downs with horses, and it's keeping them healthy is probably the most important thing in horse racing.
And the vibe from the camp, you've got your horse fit, healthy, and raring to go.
He's looking good. I think this horse is sitting on a big one, but like I said, you never know what's going to happen when the gates open.
Right, Victor, you know the horse, you ride him, you help them live the dream, and you've done your bit with those 2 wins, obviously, in the American Triple Crown. And what's he been like since you first rode him over a year ago?
Amazing. He's one of the amazing horses that I ever, I rode or riding right now so far. 2014, I was just tremendous year for California Chrome and I. He just loved to run. I think this horse, he's just born to be a racehorse.
And when did sort of winning the Kentucky Derby on him and the Preakness, just how much of a thrill was it getting the best out of the horse, and then obviously the frustrations of of the final leg. But I mean, what's he like to ride? Just is he simple, straightforward?
Sometimes. You know what? Every race is different. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes a little bit difficult. But after all there's success that we have, Kentucky Derby, I think it was one of his best races he ever run. And then also probably the second one would be the Preakness. But it just to be on a horse and like California Chrome, it's just different feeling for my career, and I believe for every jockey's career. I just an amazing. I sometimes I can't even explain it how this horse he can run so much, so fast. For just regular horse that it's just crazy how much energy and how much ground he making in no time. He covered a lot of ground. He's very light and on his feet. When he touches the ground, you don't feel like even touching. He feels like he's going over the ground so easy, and amazing that he ran on any surface too.
Does it? So what you're saying gives you that wow factor because you ride a lot of horses, but every time you see, it just feels to you so different.
Yes, definitely. You know what? Sometimes they don't feel like it goes faster, but it seems like the other horses they're going slower. So it really is just an amazing feeling. Like I remember in the Kentucky Derby, I opened it up maybe 3 or 4 lengths, and I don't feel it goes that fast. And then I look back, the rest of the field is 5, 6 lengths and behind. And every race he wins, it's the same thing. So to send that, it's just for me, it's an amazing that how much talent and how fast this horse he runs without even feel like it's going fast.
So for tomorrow, you're coming out of stall 9, wide on the outside. I know, Steve, you said you're happy with that. From your perspective, does this seem ideal from where you want the race to pan out?
Yeah, I like the number 9 because from outside, I'll be able to control the race a little bit more easy for me and let him, free run, let him run his race, and without aiming any. Things can go wrong run the race, but being there outside, I know sometimes maybe I would lose a little bit ground in the first turn, but I would rather just lose a little bit ground that something happens when you're in between and that traffic and there, and for saying that, I kind of like my position.
And Steve, Victor, talking about the wow factor, when you're watching him and sort of do you relive and sort of play that Kentucky Derby race in your mind all the time, just the way he ran and again the Preakness?
Every time I watch this horse run, it's I just concentrate on the race at that time. He is a joy to watch run because he has no wasted motion. This horse is just, he's very fluid, and he just when he moves, it's like he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat. And he's got a lot of early speed, but he's got tactical speed too. We can, the San Felipe, as a matter of fact, he broke on top and went all the way in the lead, and he'd never done that before, and he won by 7 1/4 lengths. And then in the Santa Anita Derby, he broke good, and he set just off of the pace, and then here he comes, so. Yeah, each race is just it's a pleasure to watch him run. It really is, because he looks like he's not even, touching the, like he's just floating across the ground because he's so fluid. And but yeah, I watch every race individually, and I think of that race at that time. I don't go back, so. But yeah, I just enjoy watching him run. He loves what he does, and that's 99.9% of the game is a horse that loves to run, and this horse literally loves what he does.
Sold the movie rights?
Well, actually, honestly, we've been approached by some people, but we've never really sat down and discussed anything. So, they're going to have a heck of a time finding somebody to fill me because John Wayne's no longer with us. So, you know, I don't know how that's going to work.
Who would you like to play you?
I do a pretty good job myself, so I think I could probably handle that.
Victor, have you got someone in mind? You can't have Gary Stevens playing you because he did it in Seabit when he didn't play you in Seas Biscuit. Who would you like to play you in the California Chrome story?
Wow, that I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
I think Elvis Trujillo is available. I don't know.
Right.
Questions?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you're happy with the condition of the horse, even as of this morning. But the other factor is the track. I'm curious about how you feel about the track. There was some discussion early in the season that it wasn't as firm as you may like it. How do you feel about it?
Well, the track actually seems like it's coming in really, really well right now. I've kind of watched them, you know, do what they're doing. They water it, they turn it over, they pack it down, they turn it over, they water it. And I was out there this morning and watched him gallop, and he's really got a hold of this track very well. He likes it real well. And you know, like I said, this horse, he just loves to run. I think this horse would run on glass if you wanted him to, you know. So, but the track, I think this track is going to get, you know, better as the day goes on Saturday, because they're going to keep, you know, they'll continue keeping it wet and turned.
And what about running under the lights?
Oh, he hasn't got a problem with that because when he won the King Glorious at Hollywood Park, California, the last stakes race they had there before they closed the park down, they didn't get off till later in the evening, and he was underneath the lights. And when we were in Kentucky, when he'd go out to work in the mornings, you know, it was underneath the lights, and it doesn't seem to bother him. Doesn't seem to bother him at all.
Any more questions?
I don't want to be selfish, but okay. And there was, I was talking with Gordon, he said you've been approached by Hong Kong, possibly Royal Ascot. Is there some consideration about, first of all, Victor smiling?
Well, you know, right now we're no. Right now, you know, we're just going to wait and see what happens after this race. You know, you don't want to start thinking ahead of yourself when you've got a race this big, you know, ahead of you. You know, we're just going to have to wait and see how the horse comes out of the race and talk it over with my partner and, you know, and the trainer. You know, there's this whole team on this horse. You know, this horse has been with Art Sherman, you know, for going on 3 years now. So, you know, it's not like something you just say, we're going to do this, and you just do it, because it's a team effort, and, you know, so it's something we're going to have to discuss.
Would you like to wear some top hat and tails?
Who, me?
Yeah, Royal Ascot.
I haven't even thought about it, to be honest with you. I haven't even thought about it. I've got my top hat on.
Well, I just might not get in the royal enclosure of that one. Any more questions? Well, Steve, thank you very much for coming, and best
Thank
of
you.
luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully we'll see you in here at about 9:45 tomorrow night.
That would be fine with me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.